All right, we're back, and this week we're doing Rory's first kiss.
Okay, I don't know what to do on this one because I didn't see the movie. I'm sorry, I failed my
Oh,
homework
you didn't know
assignment for
when
the.
they shot this
No,
movie? They
yes, I
called it
do. I
Rory's
know what
first.
you're
Okay.
saying. I don't say it now. Just like, well, let's start it this way.
It's just your face when I say Rory's first kiss. You just you took like a long pause, like a 2 second
It's just
pause.
like, what kind of crap is
Two
this?
second is too long on the air. Like what?
2 seconds is not too long there. What am I supposed to say to this? Yeah, the top secret shooting tile for Batman. Well, it's like Batman. This is the first movie actually doesn't have Batman.
Oh, I was still gonna say the same thing.
Might as well throw it in there while we're doing Rory's first kiss.
Yes, this
I mean,
is the
come
first
on.
one.
If you're shooting in Chicago and you got a bunch of crap like this, how's anybody gonna go? Yeah, this is Rory's first kiss to me.
What? They don't know the plot, right?
It doesn't.
When you see it in a movie shoot, you don't know what's going on.
I'm thinking with explosions and crap.
Shoot, they don't know what that means. It's like a first kiss of death or something, some kind of Jet Li movie.
Okay, yeah.
Kiss of a dragon.
Yeah, I think they could have come up with another top secret. And I guess we better point it out if anybody hasn't got it by now. Rory's first kiss is the secret shooting tile
for the Dark Knight.
For the Dark Knight, which is the first movie without Batman. I mean, the title.
With the name Batman in the title also. And you know what? And now I think so far, right, out of all the Batmans I've seen, this is probably the best one.
Okay, so you like it now.
No. I'm saying this is the best one. But compared to me, my list is still Batman Begins is better. Like for me.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one is epic. Let's put it out.
So let's talk. Why is this epic? Is this because
it's so long?
It's so long. You mean the running time?
Yeah, it's a little long.
Did you kind of like the last one? Did you like not fast forward? Like did you say like some parts like okay, I don't need to sit through to watch this part?
I didn't fast forward it. I watched this whole movie through. I mean, I did appreciate it as it was.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean, I always thought it was a good movie. It's just the problem is that sometimes the hype on it was bigger than the movie is.
The hype. Which part? Which
the hype.
Of the hype?
Because how everybody thinks this is the greatest movie ever made and all this. I'm like, this is probably the best Batman. This could be easily the best Batman ever made. I mean, everything tops the thing. But the problem is, like I said, this is kind of one of the movies where they didn't even need Batman.
They don't need Batman. I have to think about that.
You got Bruce Willis to play the Batman's part.
Like you're saying that
it's
like
a Batman movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you mean by
this. Could have been a Die Hard movie.
How's that?
I mean, the movie was more about the Joker and his ideas. Was about Batman.
Okay, so for me, right, I only see that as a part of it. The other part is the Batman still the internal struggle between him being Bruce Wayne and him giving up as Batman. Like this movie has it immediately, right? It's not like a long period of time. It feels like from Batman Begins to this one, he only want to clean up like a few years, and he think Gotham is fine, and then he could leave it to somebody else already.
Yeah, well, I feel like though there was a big time limit between. The Batman. Yes, because this movie comes along, there's already another crime bosses, and they're barely taken over, and they're struggling, and then the Joker shows up. So to me, the Batman's almost finished cleaning up crime. He cleaned up crime so much that there is no more crime.
Oh.
And then the Joker had to shoot himself. The Joker's been around watching how Batman does his business. He realized that Batman has rules too, just like the law enforcement. So he's not just quite a vigilante. Because vigilantes, they'll drag a criminal out and kill him.
So I love the ideology behind Joker's, philosophy of life, right? During this whole thing.
What philosophy? There is no philosophy.
Like the way that he thinks he's like, hey, I just want people to realize this. Especially the part with the two boats. You and I talked about that since we first saw this movie, right?
Yeah.
And now I have to change the part.
Because that's the main thing, yeah.
Yeah. Right? Because before, your opinion was like, you would never push the button to kill the prisoners.
No.
Right? And before I was right on it. I would be the first one.
Yeah, you're the first one to push the button.
I wouldn't even put that to a vote like, hey, we are the innocent people here, right? Why should we have that decision on the other side to see if we should die and then they should live?
I don't know. I guess it depends. Yeah, and I wonder how many people would actually push the button.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes,
I
I
mean,
never talked
but
to
it's
anybody
hard to
about
actually.
this.
It would be hard to actually put somebody in that situation where you actually
Yeah,
can
it
push a
is very
button and
hard.
kill. And you're not just killing one person; you're killing a whole bunch of people.
And you know,
You're not
you're
just
also
you
killing
weren't
the
just
people who are not prisoners too.
you're killing the crew, the
Yep.
police officers, guards, and the warden. And that's the thing. Are you a killer? That's what it comes down to. Are you so
Ooh.
desperate? Are you so desperate that you kill somebody? I mean, do you let desperation rule your life?
So isn't it like the rule of life in war, right? You can't just kill the bad guys.
Well, it depends. We're working towards not being able to kill civilians in war.
Interesting.
I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah, that is the goal.
Got to think about it. Look at all the wars we've fought since World War II. I mean, civilians still die at the rate we killed in World War II.
But oh, you know what? Before I talk about my change of heart, right? So it's either, they had the time limit at midnight. It's either one kill each other or midnight everybody dies.
Yeah.
But
So
now,
what does
if
it
you
matter?
I see. I don't know. See, the thing that matters, at least some people will get to live, right? You want to save
Yeah.
some lives.
Well, here's the thing about the Joker's stuff. Even when he says, "Hey, let's take away the Batman and I'll leave you alone." Now it's like say I had a gun and the Joker had a gun. We're pointed at each other. He goes, "Well, if you put your gun down, everything will be okay." Will it? Because now I'm the person not holding a gun. He does.
Oh, like it's the trust, right? I don't know.
There's no trust.
No, you talk about like, it's like
no, that's
I
the thing.
trust
That's
this
basically
individual?
what he's asking you. Yeah, it's like you have security.
Oh,
He has a weapon to kill you with. Okay? And he's telling you, well, if you'll just get rid of your security, you'll be secure. I'm like, you're the guy still pointing the gun at me after I got rid of my security. Hey, we have Batman. It's like in this movie, you see they have been saving it. The Joker's like, well, if you'll get rid of the Batman that's saving you, that's protecting you from me killing you, then I'll be okay and I'll leave you alone. When does that ever happen? That never happens. That's like the military. Oh yeah, this other shit. If you'll get rid of all your weapons, we'll get rid of ours.
Huh.
They won't.
So
somebody's always gonna have the upside.
So you're saying that Joker was, regardless, he would probably kill them anyway?
Yeah, and he always does.
So like just saying that, like, well, I don't know. If, like,
I haven't seen him let.
Right?
I have not seen him let anybody live in this movie other than Harvey.
Okay, so
because Harvey.
So when you say that, I thought it was because Batman never gave up to say who he was. Then that's why those murders go through, right? Because we don't know. That's hard to argue, right?
Well, you don't know, but do you want to take? So that's the thing.
You want to take the chance. So that's what Harvey Dent did. He didn't want to take that chance.
Because that's the problem is that's not what the Joker was doing. The Joker did have a job. His job was to get the mafia's power back. If those people, if they got rid of Batman, the Joker might have went away, but not the mob.
Oh.
Now you're at the hands of the mob again.
So how much did you like? You know what? I thought of something. Okay. When I was watching this movie, you know how always people like point out plot holes and stuff because of the movie.
Yeah, and I didn't look for a plot hole.
I didn't either. Okay,
so I'm sure that this movie.
I thought of one that nobody cared about. Like, no one ever talked about the Joker's origin. They cover it with a throwaway line. That was it.
And I'm glad. And I don't want to.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's some people that doesn't like this movie, right? They would point this out like die hard, immediately.
How is that a plot hole?
Because sometimes people want to figure out like, well, where does this Joker guy come from? Well, don't worry about
how it works. The problem is the whole point of the Joker. This Joker in this movie is not a man. Really.
What,
it's
like
just
a man?
Monster.
It's a monster. Yes. I love that too. I love the Alfred's analogy.
he is actually evil, and he's always evil. Everybody. It's like the Marvel movies with the villains. They always want to give you the reason why he's such a bad guy.
Right. And this is the only one. You're right. This is the only one movie where I say like when Alfred said like some men just want to watch the world burn.
They just want to watch burn.
They're not after anything.
This guy said. He even said Joker when he's in the hospital. He said my everything I'm about is chaos, anarchy.
Yes, chaos and anarchy.
And by the way, anarchy is whoever holds a weapon has power.
Yes.
That's how anarchy works. You got your house. Your neighbor's got his house with all his cool stuff, and your neighbor.
And he shows it in the weapon
too. Yeah, if you have the weapons and you want your neighbors, you get your neighbor's stuff. That's how it works. Yeah. Whoever has the biggest weapon on the block, who they want.
And I love how they show that too when he burns his money. We're like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just burning my money.
Yeah.
Like whatever I want, right? These things are really cheap.
and he burns the banker, which is awesome.
Yes, but the banker. He put them on
I
top of the
love that.
payment money.
I love that because it starts off that you already know what's going to happen to this banker. Because remember at the first movie, and the guy on the television, he's a squealer. I know a squealer.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that too. You know what's really funny? I love to do when he slide down the pile of money like a slide. Like man,
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that too. Ever since I seen that, but then that's gotta hurt, right? Because it's not a smooth
Yeah.
ride.
But the neat thing about the Joker is you can decide where he came from. To me, I don't care where he came from.
Oh yeah, I didn't care about where he came from either.
And that's the problem with the Joker in the comic books. He was always just evil. That's just what he is. And he didn't have. Eventually, they started giving him origin stories. People decide they have to.
Yeah. So that's one thing I thought about, right? Like a Joker, it ties me in with John Connor. You know why? Because he's trying to stay off the grid. And Joker, like they're never able to find out who he is, right? Because basically he's the kind of guy that stay off the grid. Because he tells Batman in the interrogation room, right? You have nothing to threaten me with. I love that so much. There was nothing he can hold him up against. Like
that's kind of a recurring theme throughout these Batman movies, is though that some people you just can't.
You can't deal with.
Yeah.
Like make deals, right?
It's like when somebody and some people like it's like, what are you gonna do to me? I mean, honestly, kill me? Because once you kill me, you can't do anything else.
See, why can't have you ever seen a good character like that? That he has not a good character that has nothing to lose and nobody to like, you know.
A good guy, yeah. Well, no, you never had a good guy character like that because that's to most writers that they don't have anything to write. That's not a good story.
I know, right?
That's the thing.
I
guess you can always have a villain, but this is not the only villain. Yeah, the Punisher actually doesn't have. Well, no, the Punisher always ends up. The problem is the Punisher could be a character does have nothing to lose, but he always in the TV shows, the comic books, he always ends up having something to lose because he always makes friends with somebody. I mean, he has microchip.
Well, I guess Punisher, like, maybe not someone personal, but like if you hold a hostage, he might not, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Punisher's still a good guy in the end. I mean, he cares about certain lives. But the Joker, what does it matter? Can't hold anybody to stop the Joker. But the Joker's not the only one so far. We'll see Bane later on in the next movie.
Yes.
He even had a line. He has one of my favorite lines.
Oh, let's talk about all the
movies. Yeah, let's say that. But he says my favorite line, which makes sense. But the Joker basically says this too. What are you gonna do to me?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna kill me? Because if you kill me, it doesn't do anything.
Hey, did you read the same thing when they shot that scene between Heath Ledger and Christian Bale? That Heath Ledger did tell Christian Bale to wail on him.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah, because the headbang was like definitely like just give me a hard as you can, you know. So that way I'm more into the scene. Like, dude, that's crazy. What if he breaks his jaw or his face right here? You know.
I think Heath Ledger was already at the crazy point by then. He was like, yeah. Well, I mean, he had to do it. And the role, to me, this is the best Joker.
Oh yeah, this is the best Joker.
I mean, Jack Nicholson's Joker was cool, and so was Alfred. I mean, some other.
Well,
some of the other ones were cool, but
Romero's and Nicholson's Joker was the same. They're hysterical kind.
Yeah, they're
right. This one is totally
They had the
different.
nice suits. Yeah, they had the nice suit. This one is over. I mean, I could have seen this one turning into Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Like
eventually.
An older age, right? Yeah.
No, well, eventually because he's established, becoming more of a crime boss. So.
Oh.
I don't like the Joker. You know, Jared Leto Joker at all. To be honest.
You know what? Jared Leto's Joker didn't have too much screen time.
That may have been, but just the look of the Joker is like.
Because everyone trying to look at like Heath Ledger is the level to beat now, right? You know.
I think it is now.
Yeah, like, there's no way you get to that level.
And I'd be fine with that. I don't have to see a Heath Ledger Joker every time they do a Joker. It's just he put a lot of work in creating his Joker.
Right, exactly. So now the other thing I want to talk about is like the actors, like the stereotypical roles, right? People already hate like before this movie even came out, people was already hating on Heath Ledger, right? And I think it's the same thing that a lot of people do to Robert Pattinson too, because what he did previously, maybe because they didn't like the character, right?
Yeah.
Now they don't like the actor.
And I'm okay with that. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I thought we've been proven wrong so many times. Like,
we have, but isn't that kind of the joy in it?
Oh, I didn't know joy in this.
No, isn't you don't get happy when an actor proves your idea of what he can do?
Oh, let me think.
Okay, let's say this. Heath Ledger did this. Aren't you like, wow, this guy actually can act really good. I already know he can.
Oh, I never had no doubts in my mind.
Okay, well,
because the way I think about it, right, is
you
always
lost
the director.
Let's put it this way, then you lost a little bit of joy in this movie because when I saw, it, I was like, yeah, this guy's awesome.
Oh yeah, see, it's the actor's acting
You're
ability.
You're like
the individual because I don't tie the actor to the roles they play. You know, does that make sense?
I try not to, but the problem is a lot of these actors.
Do.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these actors never watch. They're in movies that I just don't want it. I don't want it. I mean, movies take my time, so I'm very picky what I watch with my time.
You know why I don't think? Okay, so how many Heath Ledger movies have you watched before this one?
Okay, let me put this one. You know what movie I watched? Maybe go. This guy could be the Joker. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, that's the only movie I've seen.
Yeah,
because you told me about it.
Yeah, it was actually a good movie.
Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, but I never seen like A Knight's Tale.
It didn't make
Brokeback
I did see A Knight's Tale. Oh yeah, you're right. A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale is awesome, by the way.
Oh, it is. Oh, I never seen.
Have you seen A Knight's Tale? Oh, no, you need to see The Knight's Tale. It's kind of like it's a Knight's. It's not Oldman, but the music is all modern.
Really?
So they add like a modern element, kind of in the movie. Yeah, The Knight's Tale.
I never seen A Knight's Tale.
Oh, I love The Knight's Tale.
And
it's
like
got Paul Bettany. It's got Paul Bettany in it too. So,
it does.
See this? Yes, Paul Bettany's awesome.
Oh, you know, the Paul Bettany, the first time I seen him anything is probably in Vision. Oh, when he did Jarvis. Like, it's probably I've seen him in other stuff.
Me and you saw in another movie, Beautiful Mind. Me and you saw it at the theater.
Oh, he was in A Beautiful Mind.
Yes, it was awesome in that movie too.
That's right. I think it's because like
it wasn't well known
to me then.
Yeah, well, Paul Bettany's not in this movie, so we can move on.
Oh,
it should have been probably. But
I forgot. There's a guy in this movie. He's not an actor, right? But I think he's a senator of some state that has been in all the Batman movies.
Who's it?
So remember when Joker crashed the party that Bruce Wayne had for the fundraiser?
Yeah.
For Harvey, there's this old man, right? Like we don't have to give in to thugs like you. That old dude.
Oh, okay.
He's a huge Batman fan. I think he has been in every single Batman movie since Michael Keaton.
Really?
I think so. I read that somewhere.
I think so. We need to prove this.
Yeah, I remember reading it. He's like a senator or like some kind of like congressman.
He might be. He looked familiar. But
yeah, but like because that's why they didn't kind of show his face, and they gave him that line to say because he's such a huge Batman fan.
Well, we forgot to point out in the last movie. You know, there was an older guy that's the director's dad appears in this movie. He didn't appear in this movie. Yeah, you know, in the last movie, Batman Begins.
Yes.
There's that older guy that says, "I can see that apple falls far from the tree."
Oh yes.
That is Christopher Nolan's dad.
No way.
And he appears in the next movie after this one. I don't remember seeing him in this movie though.
Dang.
But in this movie, we get to see Jeff Loeb. Not Jeff Loeb. We get to see Commissioner Loeb die.
Oh yes, Commissioner Loeb.
We get to see Commissioner Gordon finally become Commissioner Gordon, or Lieutenant Gordon become Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
This was a big movie because I mean, like that, we see that big change. We see a lot of characters die, even Batman's love interest.
Rachel dies. So
yeah, Rachel dies.
Just looking at Maggie Gyllenhaal, right? She's not as pretty as Katie Holmes. Yeah,
she does a good job. I'm saying she did a good job as a. It's just hard to. The problem that what her is, she already had somebody else play her role.
Yes.
If it would have started off with Maggie Gyllenhaal first movie, I would have had there would be no problem. I would be sitting here discussing anything.
So should that like alter our minds because like our minds like trying to create the image, right? Like we always see what Rachel looks like, but then now Rachel changed.
Well, no, it's also to me their acting styles are different.
Yeah, I think her style's way different. Yeah.
That's not
like her personality changed. Yeah.
Looking at them didn't really affect me.
But if
because I already knew who she was, but it was the style. But again, you could say, oh well, she's changed quite a bit because she fell in love with somebody.
So did it do that for you from Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle?
It did mess with me, man.
Because the personality is different, right?
Yes, the acting different, everything, you know.
It does.
I mean, I like Don Cheadle, and I mean, I like herself. It's just like, it does. It still even affects me now because I'm like, because you still go back and watch Iron Man.
Yeah. So that's the other thing I want to point out. This movie came out 2008. Isn't it the same year that Iron Man came out?
I think it is. I know that Batman normally comes out against Iron Man. like I told you, that's why the next Batman movie would be so popular. There's no Iron Man to stop him.
So
So
now,
Robert Downey Jr. says, "Good luck."
so now I want to bring out the conversation we had back in '08, right? I think you probably remember this.
I don't remember.
Okay, so it was me, you, and
probably
Cody
actually.
went to see this movie, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I think on the
we
way,
saw this movie. We saw this movie several times.
yeah, we saw this regular and we saw this in IMAX. And remember the first
Yeah.
time we saw, like, we got tickets, right? And we were
Yeah,
driving on the way to the theater, and then we had a conversation about, like, well, who do you want to be, James Bond or Bruce Wayne? And then Cody made a comment like, but I want to be James Bond, right? Because you get to wear a tux, and then with Batman, it's gotta be hot under all the stuff. And then when we came out of this movie, I remember Cody, the first thing he said was like, okay, I totally want to be Batman now. I changed my mind. I always think about that. Like, I always thought the same thing. Like, with Batman, it's gotta be hot, right, under all that stuff.
Well, come on,
His mascara's gotta be running down his face.
The costume changes during this movie too.
Oh, so I'm so happy that you brought that up because I almost forgot. It did change. It answered the question that he wanted to be able to turn his head.
And I still hate that. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to fight criminals and have this helmet, but I'm like, your bat helmet looks dumb compared to the cow.
Well, we came a long way.
It's
since,
just
like, cotton,
aesthetics. Right? I mean, I'm okay. We argue about aesthetics all the time. I mean, they still had the tumbler and it turns into a bicycle, but.
Oh, you know what? Like, yeah. So I like it in this movie, right? They still kept the tumbler from the first to the second movie, like.
Yeah, and then they turned it to a
because
bike.
Well, no, not that. Because in Batman and Batman Returns, he had the same car, right? Until he went to that narrow hallway, and then after Batman Returns, every year they changed the Batmobile.
Well, that's because they changed directors and actors too.
Yeah,
Batmobile has changed. His only changes with the Batmobile only changes was Batman.
Did you like the Bat Pod? The tumbler turned into the Bat Pod?
It is actually interesting. Okay. I mean, I think it's kind of a stretch that a bat tank turns into a bike, but the bike is cool.
The bike is also functional too. They made sure that they can something.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tron. Yeah, it reminds me of the Tron.
It does.
Which I think in turn inspired Tron. The Tron cycles that we saw in the last.
Oh, the one that we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to point out, like, so I told Heather, right, like, we're watching this movie, and I said, like, you know what? I'm not a big motorcycle guy, and I don't really care, or I don't hate or love it, right? But I want that.
Well, who doesn't? Everybody wants that.
The wheel is like, what is it? 22 inches wide.
I mean, you want to die, so I guess you don't really want that.
Yeah, like it's just so cool, like the way that he lay on it. I don't know, it's kind of lame, but like.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But it looks so cool.
It's like Tron. Like Tron.
And the wheel can spin vertically or horizontally.
Yeah, it goes sideways. I mean, even Catwoman gets to ride this.
I know, and it looks so good too on her.
It does. It looks very awesome. I mean, I don't think that's. I'm like, that's what I want. You keep that bike.
Like we already talked about, like, the tumbler was really cool, right? And then it turned, like, that part chose to a motorcycle.
Yeah. I mean, but the problem is, to get the motorcycle, you got to ruin the tumbler.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
There's no tumbler now.
Yeah, because, like, you would never use the bat pot unless you mess up the tumbler.
Yeah, it was just the part of the tumbler, which is cool. I mean, there was an awesome scene with the battles. I mean, this is pretty epic scenes for a movie.
It does. But I think it's because also Christopher Nolan's first time using an IMAX, right? And I feel like hey, we get to shoot with IMAX this time. Let's write some scenes to push this capability.
Oh yeah, we got to start off though with the beginning of the movie, because it opens up with a heist scene.
Yes.
It's the Joker. It's got one of our favorite actors to talk about now.
Yes.
The bank manager.
Yes, the bank manager, William Fletcher. Yes.
Yes.
I love that.
Like when we see that, every time I see that guy in a movie, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know why. The longest yard, right? And I love this guy.
You just like this guy because you like see every movie. It's like, okay, he is gonna be like. Gonna be nuts, and he was nuts. He comes out with a shotgun.
Well, with a shotgun, right? He starts shooting at them because it's like that's how badass he is. Because in the scene, like, this is a mob bank, and he knows it, and then he knows, like, I'm gonna shoot these guys.
Yeah, this guy's wearing a suit, walking with a shotgun, killing bank robbers. That was an awesome heist scene, though.
It was. like the music build. The music is awesome in this movie.
And the neat thing, the Joker is in the scene. He's wearing a mask, and nobody knows it's him. At the end, he accomplishes still, which to me mirrors the scene where they're trying to, when they got the Dent. Remember when they take Dent as Batman?
Yes.
They're going to take him to the that mirrors that scene, because there's another person in that scene who's wearing a mask the whole scene. You don't know who he is until he takes it off. Turns out it's Commissioner Gordon's spy.
Yes.
Puts a gun at the Joker's back of the head. Basically, that was another heist scene.
It was really good. Yeah, because like the whole time that guy who's driving, right? He never speaks.
She never speaks. You just hear that other guy kept telling him, "I for this."
I hope you got some moves for you. Like the other guy talks a lot.
Yeah,
we watch it. Yeah.
Like, what is that? Is that a bazooka?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's a grenade launcher. You're about to get fried.
God. Yeah, that chase scene was really good. The transfer scene for Harvey Dent.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, it was a huge scene.
Was awesome.
That was a huge epic scene. I mean, they're fighting in the tunnels, kind of like a tunnel system with the overpass under the overpass.
Now you watched this on digital, right?
Yes.
So I think a long time ago, when before digital, we had the Blu-ray, and when on the
we still have
right?
Blu-ray, but we're just
Blu-ray.
Me and you have upgraded. I mean.
But then also, I want to point out, when you watch this on Blu-ray, all the IMAX scenes is full screen on your 16:9 TV. When it's not, they go back to the regular, film ratio, and I thought it was really cool.
The only thing I see on quality-wise, it looks pretty much, the movie looks the same, but the credits, some credits are clearer than other credits at the end of this movie.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I noticed how this movie looks so clean, crisp, and then it shows the credits. It's like, it looks like you're filming the credits off of a movie screen.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You should go back and look, because I saw HBO Max, and this is what it looked like. The credits, for some reason, some of the credits, they're showing the names. They're not as crisp as you normally would see.
I wonder if it's because you watch on HBO Max. I forgot this would be on HBO Max because I already bought the digital copy, and this is Warner Brothers. So.
Oh yeah, I know. I watched it on HBO Max. I use HBO Max now if I can. HBO Max got, and we're plugging for HBO Max. Might as well, because they got a lot of stuff that's not HBO. Warner Bros. Put it that way.
Yeah, they're Warner Brothers. Yes.
Warner Bros. But there is a lot of shows showing on HBO Max now that aren't Warner Brothers shows.
So we would be able to easily do DC during this time, like DC movies.
They should do they can do tons of right now. What was that? The Patriot. Is it the Patriot? What was that guy on
Which guy?
They got a little show for Suicide Squad. Who's the main character?
Oh, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yes.
They got a Peacemaker show on.
Yes.
They had Teen Titans. They got all kinds of stuff. If you're a DC fan, HBO Max is the thing for you.
Oh, it is. Yeah, because they got the anime stuff too, I believe.
I mean, I'm not saying she's awesome. I just it's there.
Just in case you didn't know, I've been watching Big Bang Theory on HBO Max too, and Young Sheldon.
See, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to watch. It's actually, I'm actually impressed with what the content
HBO Max?
on.
Yeah, me too actually, because it's like having HBO.
Well, there's more content. I mean, I say that there's more content on it than there is on Disney Plus.
Oh.
And I would consider Disney to be the better entertainment company.
So, hey, since we're
apparently they're not.
Hold on, since we are in Texas, right? There's one little thing that is off the rail of the Dark Knight that I want to point out. There's one episode of Young Sheldon, right? There's Sheldon's dad talking about what Texas is. This is how he describes it. North America, first we have Canada. There's everybody else, and there's Texas.
Yeah, that. I mean, actually, the way I say it, it's just here's Earth, right there's Texas,
and there's everybody else.
Yep, you got everything. You got Mars, Pluto, Saturn. Earth,
we're in Texas. Oh, all right. So, what did you think of that? So the little white dude that works in Wayne Enterprises, is he an accountant or something? The one that finds out Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah, he's an accountant.
He's an accountant. What
his whole job was actually the check the books.
Budget.
So
okay.
No, it's not to watch the book. It was to check the books to see if the Chinese company was crooked or they could read it.
Okay.
The problem is the Chinese company's books were so good they couldn't be nothing.
Oh, I thought he was checking the numbers on a trust fund.
No, that's his job after he couldn't find anything wrong on the other deal.
So you know what I told Heather at that point? Like when he told me like, hey, run the numbers again. I'm like, I want that job because you know what I would have done? I would like, yeah, I did it again. Like it's fine. I wouldn't have done it because I'm getting paid good money, right? He told me
Well,
to
you
do the
gotta
numbers
think.
again. He's not gonna do it. Know if I did the
You
numbers
know,
again or
here's the
not.
thing. Me and you worked at a company. We already know that there's several people running the numbers. But this guy was actually supposed to run the numbers on the Chinese company.
Oh.
But he makes a comment about Bruce Wayne. You know, this guy's like, you're just an accountant. Fox is like, I'm running this company, and you're
Yeah,
over here
I
telling
worry
me
about Bruce Wayne.
what Bruce Wayne should do. So basically, his comment was, you know, he's not telling him to actually go check his trust fund. He actually just go do your job. Basically, what he told him. So that guy decided to do his job, and he took it even further.
So, what did you think about that scene when he's trying to blackmail?
The only reason we gotta think the only reason this guy found something wrong is because Bruce Wayne didn't Fox in the loop of what he's doing in the company.
Oh.
You know,
the R&D thing.
Bruce Wayne got in there. Yeah, he did the R&D thing, and Fox didn't know about it, so Fox couldn't hide the money. And that guy found it.
That's funny. So, what did you think about it when he found out?
When Fox found out?
No, he was trying to threaten Fox about like $10 million.
No, that was the best thing, because that was the best line. He goes, "So you
said, let me get this straight.
You want to blackmail? I think it's running around at night, beating the criminals to a pulp
with his bare fist.
All I got to, I know, I go, I like it. All I got to say is good luck."
You know, Christopher Nolan sometimes is very funny when they throw these little jokes in there. Like, it's not a big deal, right? But it's just one little thing.
I'm going to give it to the writers. I'm going to give it to the writers on this.
Who wrote this? Jonathan Nolan and David S. Goyer.
Exactly. Jonathan Nolan was on this, and then, you know, the brother of the director.
Yeah, the brother of the director.
This was a good script. It has a lot of deals. I mean, this has a lot of morality to it.
It does.
It's like, how far would you go? But it also shows you some of the things Batman did, because the guy's going to tell him who Batman is. Of course, the Joker wants to know who Batman is, but he doesn't really want to know who Batman is.
Yeah,
he just
weird.
wants everybody to... No, the whole point of the Joker in this whole movie is he wants society to rip it apart, just like the criminal from the first movie, Al Ghul. That's all he wants to do.
But his goal is not to rebuild it. He's just like, hey, let's do this.
No, he's destroy it. He wants to do... He is actually the Joker. Chaos. The Joker in this movie is exactly the same as in the first movie. Just the methods are different.
Oh.
All he wants to do is watch people destroy themselves. He offers some desperation.
Yeah, but I thought Ra's al Ghul just wanted to destroy so society can rebuild itself.
Yeah, well, basically that's the way that society always rebuilds. So even if the Joker destroys it, it's just going to come back. Or like rats.
Oh,
you
okay.
destroy the rat nest, they build another one. Then you get some more,
So, comparing villains, right, with just the Nolan story for these two movies, which one is... I feel like they both really up there, right? Like Ra's al Ghul and Joker.
They are very up there. But the thing Ra's al Ghul doesn't see himself as a criminal.
No, it's an idealist, right?
I guess Joker doesn't see himself a criminal either. He just
I don't know about that, because one of my favorite lines is hey, this town needs a better class of criminal, and I'm going to give it to them. Tell your men they work for me now. Whoa, that was fantastic. Yeah, I love that line. He's just gonna be like, hey, I'm just gonna take over your stuff because you guys seems like a bunch of wusses. Right?
Well, he did say that. Remember, he did say that. Remember, because what happened? Your ball drop off.
Yeah, that part was so funny. Your balls drop off. He's like,
yeah. I mean, the scene with him was really good, but
yeah.
I mean, basically, that was what the movie is. He wants them to destroy themselves.
Yes,
that's what he does. Because he wants them to be scared because he wants the Batman. But after he can't figure out who Batman is, he decides, okay, so this guy's gonna tell you who Batman is. Well, no, I don't know that now. I want everybody to try to kill this guy.
Yeah, that's causing chaos. He took the opportunity to cause chaos.
No, that it's not just chaos. It's getting everybody to destroy themselves out of desperation. Because here's the thing now.
That's such good writing.
But think about it. Everybody that has someone in the hospital is now desperate.
Yeah. Even people not even in the hospital. Yeah, desperation.
He uses desperation against everybody in every scene, especially in the ferries. How desperate are you? He wants to prove that you can be desperate, you will become murderer.
Also, it's kind of like Falcone, what he did with the criminals and stuff, right? You feed
pretty
them
much
desperation.
Yes, desperation.
So the thing that we should question is the Nolan brothers and David S. Goyer.
Well,
Because
they got a lot
Christopher
of money,
Nolan
so
wrote the story. His
but
brother
I'm not
David
going to
S.
question.
Goyer wrote the screenplay.
Yeah, but like I said, they have money, so they'll never be desperate. I don't think they're going to kill anybody.
Or maybe they're just psychotic. Right?
No, no, this is too
The
genius to be
idea's gotta
psychotic.
come from somewhere. He's just like, well,
Yes.
we have this idea. We just want to see how we
Oh,
can
because
push it.
but the problem is it's usually it's not having an idea to be psychotic. It's the people carry it out are psychotic.
No, oh, that's good. People who are carried out with psychotic. People who have
Come
the
on,
idea, I'm just
because
exercising my mind.
even it's like when you're watching the news, you see a criminal, all these people go murder somebody. Not their idea; they're copying somebody else. None of these guys have had original ideas. All these mass shooters and stuff.
So the Zodiac killer has an original idea.
He might, because we don't know who he is.
Yeah, it just does.
He might be a right. I mean, did it happen in California?
Yeah, it did.
He's probably a writer. Finally, somebody appreciates his work.
That's messed up. Hey, just speaking of one of our favorite actors, right, William Fisher, and then the other one is the police guy, the fake policeman, the imposter that says Rachel Dawes. Isn't that the guy same guy in Ant-Man?
It is. It's the Uli Boogie guy.
Uli Boogie guy, yes.
What was his name?
He was a Russian guy in Ant-Man.
Yes, he's a Russian guy. He says everything. He's in Blade Runner.
Yes.
What was his name in Blade Runner? Remember, but he gets killed, man. That chick hits him in the back.
Yep.
Kills him. Blood's coming out everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. What do we say? That's why we don't do it, because his name's like something Meshimanior or something.
Yeah.
We need to learn this. We need to learn this guy's name.
Yeah, because he's a comedian, right? I can't remember.
No, I don't think if he is, he may do some stand, but that's not what he started off as. He just does small roles.
He just does small roles too, yeah.
Yes, he's like a Fletcher, man. He's on his way. I mean, all he needed to be was Strange Days, and he would have had it made.
Yes.
That's
probably
the same. Problem is, during Strange Days, he was doing the same thing we're doing. A regular job.
It's a regular job.
By the way, I don't want to point this out to our audience. We still do regular jobs.
We sure do. We only do this one time a week. Well, we used to do two, but we're trying to keep a constant flow.
Yeah, well. Now, if anybody else there has a better job for us, we're all ears.
Yeah, I'm all ears too.
I mean, yeah, we're always on the lookout for something else.
Who isn't, right? Hey, if Kevin Feige is still listening, I'm still open to play Donut Number 2 in any MCU movie. I'm just gonna always refer to it as
We said nothing but good about Kevin Feige. So
we said nothing but good things.
I know we're not gonna get a job with DC though. At least I'm not.
If I can be in the next Shang-Chi movie, I'm all for it.
Well, I actually DC. I'm available as much as I trash you that I know what's wrong with your company.
So Shane would like to be the Kevin Feige of DC. Got it.
I would like to be the Kevin Feige of DC. Oh. Man, I would change your world.
Right. Boy. So Alfred in this movie, right? First of all, he point out the guy in the jungle. The only way to hunt him down is to burn the forest down.
Yeah, he kind of is an antidote to what's going on. Yes. It's like, how did you beat him? Well, we burned the forest down. But the problem is Batman can't burn this forest down. But we are hating around my favorite characters. One of my favorite villains of the Batman universe is Two-Face.
So I was going to ask you about how did you like Aaron Eckhart?
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I wish he had his own movie where he's just Two-Face.
So the first time I watched this, right, I didn't feel like they give Two-Face enough airtime.
I feel like they gave him enough airtime at all.
Because he was mostly Harvey Dent in the movie.
Yeah, he's Harvey Dent. I mean, I wish he would have got more in the next. Because, I mean, this movie, we get to see more of the, what was the Scarecrow? And I was like, what a waste.
Well, he was just only in the beginning scene.
Yeah, he's only in the beginning, but I like to say, he had such a small role, it almost didn't matter.
It didn't, right? It feels like
no, his role didn't really matter. All he wanted to do is show us there's a lot of people trying to be Batman. But this thing is, we get Harvey Dent, and Harvey Dent is awesome. This whole movie, Aaron Eckhart, he plays such a good character. They changed his origin a little bit. The real story is him and Bruce Wayne are actually college roommates and very good friends. This movie, they know each other, but they do become friends.
They do become friends.
They only know each other because
Rachel.
Harvey Dent stole Bruce Wayne's girlfriend. He did. He stole Bruce Wayne's girlfriend.
Was he really Bruce Wayne's girlfriend? They were never together.
They were going to be. Well, that's the thing. This is also another part we need to talk about, because that is a big part, because this is going to come back to haunt them in the next movie. So we might as well get it. But anyways, let's go with yeah, so that's how they're friends, because he's got his girlfriend, and Bruce Wayne's like, man, I gotta be Batman.
See, that's the thing. Like Bruce thought she was gonna wait for him, but in the letter that we know that Alfred knows the truth, right? And he wanted to let Bruce Wayne keep thinking that.
Well, he didn't want to her, but at the end he realizes he has to.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because the whole point of Alfred is trying to get rid of Batman most of the movies, and in this one he wants to keep Batman.
Yeah. I think it was just not the right time, right, in a way.
It was the right time, so he had to do something. So he burns the note, by the way.
I know.
Which,
hey, you brought,
who wants to read that?
Hold on. I don't know.
In this movie, because in this,
did he do the right thing to you?
They added something to that. Yeah, because when you were arguing about, well, we didn't argue, but I was talking about Batman needs a purpose to keep going. He needs a purpose to keep going. Well, in this one, his hope is he has something to quit being Batman.
To quit being Batman, to look forward to, yes.
Yeah. The problem is, I'm on that. Alfred wants Bruce Wayne to quit being Batman. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're in the note. Because maybe if she says, I'm waiting for you, maybe he'll just go, well, I'll just be Batman forever.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I thought about that
too
when he burned
because her being with him is the only reason he sees that he could stop being Batman.
Yes.
Stop being Batman. And I feel for that, because if someone gave me that note, I hope my butler burns it, or I'm going to have to fire him. Come on. Because most of the stuff is always hope for Rachel, and all of a sudden she's like, she writes him a Dear John letter, basically.
Yes.
And goes with a guy that's got half a face.
Oh. Well, she didn't know that at the time, obviously. There's not going to be the outcome.
The guy is.
But she still chose Harvey. That's the main point. She still chose Harvey over Bruce.
Because she just really actually didn't love him.
You think she's always like that, ever since the first one, or is it because when Harvey came in?
It have to be, because he didn't really change that much.
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows what we think? Okay. So, you were picking between Batman and some lawyer, but she decides she wants the lawyer over Batman.
Yeah, she wanted a lawyer. And the other thing is, what did you think about all the other Batmans? Well, I guess they want to be Batman. They're not really Batman.
That was an interesting story added to it.
Did you ever seen anything like that before?
No, because to me they beat Marvel on that. Marvel's trying to show you the rise of people trying to be like superheroes. Mm-hmm. To me, DC had it on right there. They're like, yeah, because that was very forward thinking on their part.
Oh,
why wouldn't other people? You always have copycats. Everybody copycats.
But they actually want to do. They think they're doing exactly what Batman stands for.
They think they are, and that's the thing. They were doing what Batman stands. They just didn't have the money or the skills.
Yeah, they just don't want criminals taking over their town.
Yeah, they're fighting back, and that's probably what Batman was supposed to inspire in that way. But Bruce Wayne has a problem with it, because now he's got to save these guys.
Yes.
But our real society's like that. We got people dressed up like superheroes trying to do the cop's job.
Yeah, that is true.
Come on. But the cops have bulletproof vests and armor, and they got all kinds of awesome stuff. These guys have just got like little spandex on. That's going
and shotguns, Spanish, right? Like they look like they're wearing the baseball, the hockey stuff.
And then when they had weapons and they were wearing hockey armor. Remember? Because what's the difference between these? I'm not wearing hockey armor.
Okay.
And of course he's getting in the tumbler when he says this.
So now I want to point out, because you said that line that way, right? Christian Bale did not do that voice. Everything was done in post-production.
Okay.
The voice thing. Everybody seems to think that Christian Bale made that voice up, but he sounds the same as he did in Batman Begins.
Well,
and Christopher Nolan wanted that voice to be a darker, deeper tone.
Yeah.
And they changed it in post.
If he doesn't do it right, you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Because in the first one, like the Batman Begins, right? Yeah, I can understand what he's saying. But this one, he's like, I
don't know. To me, he was more clear in this one than he was in this one.
He was more what?
Clear to understand.
Oh, was
easier to understand. Yes.
I think it's because
the first one. In the first one, he said, exactly. The first movie is more garbled every time he's yelling at him.
Yeah.
When he's beating the crap out of Joker, I understand everything he's saying.
Because you could use synchronization, like, oh, you know what? We can make it deeper, but we can make it clearer because of the magic of computers.
Also, I want to point out that I also seen that with that big guy when they put that big guy in the cell and that guy's like hurting.
Oh yeah, they put a cell phone.
I knew there was a bomb in it. I knew
really?
there was a bomb. Yes, because I've seen it before.
What do you mean you've seen it
another?
Before? Oh, you know what? I think so too.
Actually, I saw it on Star Trek. There was an episode of Star Trek where the Klingon has a fake leg with a bomb in it. And he blows up all these Klingons.
You know what they did? Didn't they do that in Batman vs Superman? They put the bomb in a wheelchair.
Yes, but that was later on. So
yeah.
And of course, Superman just stands there and he knows there's a bomb there. Poor Superman. What a jerk. Good thing we're not talking about Superman.
We're not at that movie yet, and I want to disagree with that, but not right now.
See, if Batman would have had X-ray vision and super hearing, he would have stopped that bomb.
Okay.
But it was a discussion for another time.
But like, you know what's really crazy is I guess some of the plot holes is like the timing was too perfect for this stuff.
Oh, I guess you keep saying plot holes. I'm not looking for any plot holes.
I wasn't looking
people
for
who look for plot
holes
holes find plot holes. Yeah, I mean,
that's why I want to point out, like people, because people love this movie so much, right? I want to point out the fact that if someone don't like this movie, they will find plot holes. That's what I'm trying to say. Because like if you think about it, right? Because this movie is so good, people want to foresee everything else. Like, hey, forget about this. The thing I want to point out is the Joker's trying to piss off that cop in there, right? What if that cop is like hardcore and he's not affected by this? Joker would never been able to break out.
You're right.
Like every plan is if you think about it, what is the probability of all his plans working out perfectly?
Well, the problem is the Joker knows the whole point of that was to show you the Joker knows which button to push.
That's what I'm saying. What if he's wrong?
Apparently, he could have been wrong, but he knew. The problem is if you get in a room with somebody and they're locked in there and angry, it's just a matter of time before you get the right button.
Exactly. It's just a matter of time, right? But it took longer.
It could have took longer, but we got a movie, and I'm tired of sitting there. So we don't know because it kept cutting. It was cutting back and forth. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if it's the timing, right? What if the funny thing is like Rachel and Harvey got blown up, okay, and they were able to go back to the police station, and Joker still haven't pissed off this cop just to make that phone call. And then by the time, right, and then those paramedics come, then they took that big guy out of the jail to the hospital. Yeah. Now he missed his chance.
You're right. But that's not a plot. There's no plot hole. It's just the timing. All movies run on timing.
That's what I'm saying.
A plan always comes together in a movie. That should be the title.
Like, hey, what if Joker's plan did not work perfectly? Something fall off.
Let me put it this way. Would you want to watch that movie?
That's what I'm saying. Because that's what I'm saying.
Because
this movie was written so well that people don't want to go looking for plot holes.
But here's my question: would you watch that movie if that was like that?
Yeah, I would actually, because I like weird things like that. Like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Because you know why? Those are the scenes that I seen like people animate.
Yeah, we're just the guy that watched the.
Those are kind of the scenes that I would like to shoot. Like, hey, what happens now? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you. No, I don't know what crap. We're like, what? Watching this.
I just want to tell those people
watching this
stop looking for plot holes and just watch the movie. This is the guy, the person who wrote this, right? Probably didn't think about the other stuff that you find.
But the problem is, I think people need to get a dictionary or something, read what a plot hole is, so know what a plot hole is when they talk about it, because that wouldn't be a plot hole.
Yeah, I just like
a plot hole is where you have a story and all of a sudden it goes a different direction and then you can't tell stories about timing.
Different direction.
Or a plan. Well, it's got a big giant gap. It's like, okay, you got the beginning, you got the end. Your beginning should be able to explain what happens in the end.
You said a big giant gap, right?
Well, yeah. If there's this whole if the problem if you're watching,
so editing is too bad.
If the ending doesn't match up with the beginning of your movie, then you have a plot hole.
Oh, that's interesting. Like I can't think about.
Yeah, if you use either the front, beginning, or even the middle of the movie to explain why.
Well, we talked about this before.
Along.
Same thing with Back to the Future. We talked about this before. Like, hey, if you like the movie, you forego all of that. But if you don't like a movie, right,
I
then
hope
you
so.
stand firm on your plot holes that you've seen. But
There are some movies,
that doesn't stand for every single
there are
movie
some
that
good
you see.
movies. There are some good movies with the giant glaring plot holes.
But people forget to like do that.
But you go,
because,
oh, I like this movie, so yeah, you like the movie so much, you're like, okay, I don't know why Superman saved those people, but he did. So let's say it was Batman.
It just worked out for the scene, and just forget about it.
But sometimes it's probably it was no plot hole in the script, and they like you said, editing. Because I know there was some bad editing in this movie. There's some scenes where there's some I wish I could remember where it was, but where they show prisoners that killed, they showed them again after they've been killed.
Really? Oh, so it's the editing.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was editing. It was the timing, because they, film it out of sequence, put some of this in a sequence where it showed people that shouldn't have been there. Because
you know what? Gone. I don't know if a lot of people know. Like, even when we made our movie, we shot everything out of sequence because it's about time
by the way,
and money.
If everybody doesn't know, we actually made a movie.
Yeah, we made a movie.
I don't know if we've ever pointed this out before, because we've talked about it, but we never go, hey, by the way, we made a movie, but I'm sorry you can't see it. Hey, Lamb, why come we can't see this movie?
You know what? Just because you said that, I'm going to go ahead and include a link in this one and probably on the Spotify version.
About time.
Yeah, it is. Huh?
So people can know what we're talking about. Oh, by the way, there's actually a short film where I get shot in the head.
Oh, maybe I should do the channel. And there's another, the same movie he gets shot in the head, and that's the one where Cody did the table flip too, like the stunt.
Yeah, Cody does something awesome, still gets shot in the head. I do nothing awesome, and I get shot in the head. But it did look pretty good when my brains came out all over the wall.
It is pretty cool, right? Like your acting was really good too, when you get shot in the head.
Acting was, I look like somebody crapped my pants after I shot in the head.
So you know what? You played the William Fincher kind of character. You were just in the background, right? Like, but then everybody remembers this role.
Oh, William Fincher gets lines, dude. William Fincher always gets lines.
Hey,
he may get killed, but
there's a time or period where he probably didn't get lines until later on in his career. Okay.
Yeah, we should look those movies up. William Fincher, he didn't even flinch.
Yeah. Oh man. What was the other thing I was going to I was going to talk about the Batmans and something else. Oh, I did want to talk about it's so funny, you know, we watched that Minty Comedic Arts, right, that Australian guy. So I watched him this week after I watched the movie. Yeah. So he talks about, like, you know how Heath Ledger licks his lips a lot, right? It looks like he's something that he adds onto this Joker character. And all Heath Ledger did was because his prosthetic makeup was falling off, and he was trying to keep it on by licking his lips.
I wonder if that's actually true.
No, it's true, because like it was because it was so hot for him, you know, in the clothing, and he was sweating, it was coming off, and he's trying to do licking the lipstick to keep that makeup on. But then it works really well, though, you know.
It works well. I don't believe that's true. I'm thinking he created it himself.
Oh, but even if he created it, you know, who can argue? And the other thing is,
the problem is we can actually ask him.
Yeah, we can ask him. You go ahead and do that.
No, I said we can't ask him.
Oh, we can't ask him. Yeah, you're right. We can't.
I mean, unless he did an interview that said he did that.
Yeah.
I would like to see where the interview, where he goes, oh, that.
I don't know if they interview him or they just talk to one of the guys on the crew, but
yeah,
it's just interesting thing to know.
Okay.
I did.
It's true.
I did like the like, you know, when they say that when you tell a lie, right? People like to look at the upper left corner of the eye, like when they lie.
That's what people say, but that's not completely true.
I don't know if that's completely true, but like, because when I watched the scenes with him talking about his father, right, and right before he kills Gambo, he does a lot of lie. When he's like, he pauses.
Well, here's my question. Now that you add that, when somebody looks directly up when they're talking to you, like the eyes go straight up, what does that mean?
Oh, I think they can't keep eye contact.
Okay.
Something fishy could be going on, because like they don't feel comfortable looking at you when you lie. Right? It's just like a psychology thing, and that's why.
I'm not lying. I'm sitting there listening when they're looking straight up the ceiling. I'm like, they're looking, their eyes go straight up. I'm like,
that's an episode of The Office. They did that when Jim talks to Dwight. He looks like, you look at my eyeline. I am. It just looks
they look straight up, and I'm like, what does this mean?
To piss you off.
Maybe.
get on your nerves because like, what are you doing?
It gets my nerves. I look directly at your eyes when they're talking, but then they look up.
I thought people would be used to it by now because, like, in Zoom, right? No one actually look at the camera and talk to you because I want to see your face when I'm talking.
Because if I look at the camera, I'm looking like this. It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks weird.
A big screen in front of me. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, because you're looking at the person you're talking to. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the size of me when I'm looking at it. That's why it looks like I'm looking in a different direction.
So you pointed out Chicago. Why did that bother you so much? Did they shot this in Chicago?
It didn't bother me.
Oh, okay. Oh no, the daytime did. You didn't like a Batman movie in the daytime.
I didn't like it. I didn't like a Batman movie in the daytime. I wouldn't want to read the comic book while he's fighting because Batman is not effective. And I mean, they had a plot. It's part of the plot in this movie why he comes out during daytime.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't have that big a problem with it because that's part of the movie. I want nighttime Batman.
So you didn't like in Batman Forever when Jim Carrey had that daytime scene? Do you remember?
It didn't bother me. That's a long time ago. I don't care about that. We moved on. Okay. Yeah, that
so
daytime.
Okay with daytime?
Mad. I'm okay with daytime. It's just you don't. I mean, you can only do this so much, and then or otherwise you're just not gonna have a Batman story.
How did you like Batman going to Hong Kong?
I liked it. I thought it was awesome. How'd you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Are you kidding me? I'm from Hong Kong, and it was like, this Batman in Hong Kong? What? And one of the pop stars.
Basically shows Batman go anywhere to get somebody.
Yes. I remember when my whole family went to Hong Kong, right? My brother.
Who was the actor? Do you know the actor that played the criminal?
No, I don't know the actor. Okay. I only know the actor that told Morgan Freeman to check in his phone or his mobile.
Yes, I did too. Yes, sir.
Edison Chen, because he wasn't in this or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was the only Chinese guy.
Well, Edison Chen is pretty huge in.
Well, he's Canadian.
Well, he's pretty huge in Hong Kong because he slept with a lot of Hong Kong movie stars, right? Then
I would too.
Pictures of him because he's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking Chinese guy, right? Or kid.
No, I wouldn't.
It looked like he slept with a lot of them, and he took pictures, right? He got in trouble because he saved those pictures in his computer. And his computer got a virus. He took it in for servicing, and those people found those pictures. And then I have those pictures.
Well, good for you. I don't have any of those pictures. I'm actually not interested in having those pictures, to be honest.
But that's beside the point. I like the HSBC's building, the bank building he jumped off from.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law asked me, like, hey, can you show me which one of these buildings Batman jumped off?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I want to go see it too. Oh, is that one? That one looks like a razor.
That one right there. Yeah, that's
he jumped from one bank building to another bank building. And it's really cool that's production pictures. There's actually Christian Bale shooting up there. Did you see those?
No.
They did practice shot in the daytime with Christian Bale just standing on the ledge of this bank, right? I don't know, 137th floor up, and like the whole crew is behind him. Like he's just standing there, like so they could get principal photography.
Okay. Yeah. And then what he was thinking the whole time? Tom.
It's just standing up there. I wouldn't even have the guts to stand up there myself, like even for a picture.
Oh, it's safe. I mean, it wouldn't be safe for you to do that, but no. Christian Bale, it would be for him to do it because they're not going to let anything happen to that guy.
Yeah, they probably have all kinds of lies on him.
It'd be like, it's just lamb. Use the stuff.
He's donut number 2.
Yeah, he's donut number 2.
He's not Bruce Wayne / Batman.
He's actually, we're not quite sure who he is.
Yes. And you know what's really cool? One of the best technologies I've seen is that skyhook. I don't know if that's a true thing or they just wrote something like that for the movie.
Yes, for the CIA. Skyhook's real.
Really? So they just stand that detector thing up in the sky and then...
I don't know if the skyhook ever actually looked like that because it was used a long time ago. But yeah, it was for snatching people out of an operation. I don't know if it's ever used. It was a real operation.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure all you have to do is type it in the internet. I'm sure it will tell you the whole story.
That was very 007.
Yeah, it was it's for the CIA. It was extracting people.
Because that part where he's just holding loud, kind of a risky and then he's just waiting for that thing to blow up so he can get out of there.
See that right there? That is something that relies completely on time.
Yes, that was completely on time. Yep.
I mean, the plane could have made a set turn around, but by that time, it's almost too late.
And the cops could have shown up a lot earlier too.
Yeah, or they could, or they could have scrambled aircraft, or they intercept airplane.
That. Just going to Hong Kong is so cool because that's not. They didn't do that for another Batman movie, right? I mean, Batman Begins.
They have never gone to another city except for a Batman versus Superman, because Gotham City's put right next to Metropolis. Yeah.
Oh.
But the other thing, Batman's actually never left Gotham.
Yes.
Only in the comic books has he ever left.
He has left Gotham, right? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he leaves Gotham in the comic books all the time, but I mean, it's Gotham. Why would you really want to leave Gotham? I mean, Gotham would be more impressive than Hong Kong in life. Existed. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking Hong Kong is a lot safer than Gotham City.
So I want to talk about the sonar radar or the sonar technology.
The phones, yes.
Obviously Bruce Wayne knows that if he told Fox about it, he would have not been cool.
Fox wasn't that.
That's why. Even
though Fox said the crazy take.
Yes. The sonar technology and it applied to all this.
I
thought it was a really good idea. The first time I saw it, like, that's how you can track Joker down because he uses cell phones all the time.
Yeah, but the problem is that the same thing is, though, the government exists to spy on everything you do. Who knows that they don't? I mean, it's all. I mean, come on, all our phones are actually all linked. Every cell phone we have is linked.
Yeah, it's linked. And people worry about using
they're not
privacy and
just
stuff.
think about it. If they're not linked, then you can't call anybody.
Have you watched that movie Snowden?
I have not.
Have you watched any interviews with this guy?
Yeah, I've seen interviews. I don't give a crap about the guy. The guy's a spy.
Yeah.
I think he should be in prison.
Oh, really?
He did a good thing, but he look at all the bad things he did to our country in order to reveal one good thing.
Well, yeah, but then if you think about it, how many people are still in his shoes?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they hunted everybody down who even thinks like him.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like he worked for the government, right?
Yeah, he worked for the government.
But then how many people are still working like him? Because the government is telling these people to work like that. But let's save this topic for when.
But the government never told him. The government did not tell him to work like that.
Oh, I don't know. I think that guy is an American hero.
No, he went. I don't think he is. He went snooping. What? Giving secrets to the Russians and the Chinese is okay.
Oh, I think it was because we told him to.
No, that's not what happened. He told us that the government was spying on us, but that's not what he did. He went and showed how the CIA, the NSA,
spy on people.
To the Russians. This is how they spy on you. This is how they spy on the Chinese. Now they have to rebuild their whole system just to keep us safe from these other two nations because of this piece of crap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand.
All because wanted to one little secret.
I like how this sonar thing.
Well, that's the thing. You put it this way: you sabotage you just destroy the whole military just because they did one little thing.
I don't know.
Would you get rid of your defenses just for that? I mean, this is in the Batman movie. Basically, the Joker wants you to get rid of everything just to save one life. All you have to do is get rid of your Batman. Batman can save 100 lives. But I'm going to kill 5 people, and you need to get rid of Batman. 5 people?
Can I pick those 5 people, or like are those 5 people already predestined?
Hey, it's worth the sacrifice, ain't it?
Oh,
I mean, you're the one that asked the question.
See, okay, so now let me talk about my change of heart.
That's what the Snowden thing is.
Yeah, so let me talk about the change of heart now. So when we watched the Batman movie, right, The Dark Knight, I was in my 20s, late 20s, but now in my early 40s, okay?
Because you have a family to take care of.
Not only the family, because I gone through cancer treatment, so now I'm a huge believer of second chances, right?
Well, that's good, because you want to believe in second chances.
Now I'm thinking about those criminals on the boat. There was an argument in the movie, like, hey, those criminals had their chance. One of the ladies shouted like, one of the women like, these criminals already had their chance, okay? Now I'm thinking like, yeah, but what if they have a change of heart?
Yeah, everybody has a change of heart. I have change of heart.
Some people might not, but some people might, but you would never know. But you're willing to kill somebody on something that you don't know? I don't know.
Yeah, and I love the fairy scene. The fairy scene, I like that criminal, that main big guy sits down,
big dude,
walks up there and he's like, I can kill people. You can't. Give that to do what you should have done 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it just throws it out.
he took away the option.
Yep, he took away the option, and then like
But that's the
nobody
thing.
stood up to this guy. Like after he did that, right? Like nobody stood up like, hey man, what did you do that for? Because he made that speech
Exactly.
like you had never taken a life.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure all the criminals realized
If
what
I
are they
could go
gonna do?
back, yeah, you know what? Joe Chill said the same thing. He said he felt, sorry that he did
Remorse.
that. Yeah, remorse.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. Those guys were already killers, and these people on the other boat were they're supposed to be upstanding citizens. How are you an upstanding citizen if you? I mean, a life is a life, no matter whose life it is.
A life is a
Who
life.
are the
no matter
judge?
Whose life it is.
Yeah. Who are you, the judge? I mean, you think, oh well, because that's the way most people work. They go, well, you did this wrong, so it's okay for you to get killed, but it's bad if this Christian person gets killed. God, let's say you are a Christian. God doesn't see it that way. A life is a life.
A life is a life. It doesn't matter because this person is bad.
Yeah, it don't matter if this guy here is a devil. It wouldn't matter if this guy was a devil worshiper or this person's Christian.
See, when I was younger, I would totally make that decision. You're right. Yeah, when I was younger, I totally make that decision. Yeah, exactly.
But they all are the same. It don't matter what you do.
So would we apply the same principles on the Joker? If we have the choice, right, to either eliminate the Joker or let him run wild. Those are your two choices.
You gotta eliminate the Joker.
You have to eliminate. So it's different now because we know the individual so well.
Yeah, we know this individual so well. I mean, prison's fine.
Oh, I'm saying prison's not an option. I'm saying either eliminate the Joker or let the Joker run wild.
Okay.
Those are your only two choices.
Okay, well, you're going to eliminate the Joker. Would you let the Joker run?
I would not because he's randomly killing people.
Yeah, he's just going.
Now we go back to your principle of one life over many.
Yeah, I would. I mean, you're just killing this one guy to save a whole bunch of.
So that's.
But he's trying to. You gotta think he's trying to make you pick it reverse. He's like, oh, you can save your life if you'll turn in Batman.
Oh, I know.
That's the problem. Batman will save your life, so why would you turn in Batman?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to make that deal.
Yeah, but then that's the thing that people get so desperate. They're so eager to save their own skin. They don't think. They don't see the big picture.
Oh, this movie is so good, Shane.
You gotta look at the bigger picture on things.
This is one of the best movies I've ever seen written.
It's pretty
good.
In
a long time.
It's pretty good. I mean, they could edit and cut down the running time for me just a little bit.
What would you cut out from this movie?
Oh, I'm not sure. There's something I could cut out. I'm sure I could find something. Tell Christopher Nolan can the movie.
Because this is one of those.
I'd cut out some of the beauty shots that we see. They could have just trimmed it a little bit.
Oh, like those B-roll shots where they just look at the Wayne Enterprise building. And
yeah,
like that. You know what's really cool?
I mean,
not really cool, but like all those shots are done by IMAX cameras. Okay. Every time they did that, but like I don't even necessarily why they need to do that. They should just save that film for more action stuff.
It's just sad that you're telling me this. I'm not really impressed with that.
See, that's why I'm pointing out. Like,
why do you love cameras? That? Yeah, you love. I don't know why you
cameras. Yeah,
I know you do. You are a camera buff, dude. I
love cameras. I love even little webcams. You know, I like the capability of everything that he can do.
That's why I have a webcam.
Even on for cell phones, like, whoa, this is incredible.
This is incredible. I mean, yes.
Because we came from a time, right? Like, camcorders was really hard to get. And now
Thomas Edison would probably get along just fine if he was alive.
Yeah. I probably would. Yes.
Yeah. Even though you won't talk to Nikola Tesla for some reason.
Because I just want to ask him, like, hey, what do you think in your head when you dress like that every morning? I get that you think, well, I get that you're a unique person, right? But, like, I guess everybody has their own style. Basically, he's dressing like a kid.
What, Nikola Tesla?
No, I'm talking about, like, he has his own unique style, and people make fun of him for that. Because people always go, yeah, you didn't know that?
He did. He dressed like Thomas Edison.
But he has, like,
walked around naked. No, he did. Tesla would actually just not wear clothes.
Yeah, because you gotta take that thinking out, right?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to go to this dude's house if you weren't.
But I want to talk about the runtime. You know, this movie didn't seem that long, even though it's 2.5 hours. Or not to
me. It didn't seem as long as it didn't seem that long to me as
it was fast paced again. You know, because everything was so intriguing.
To me, there were some spots where it's kind of slowed down.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the parts between like Rachel and Bruce Wayne's talks.
Yeah.
I didn't need that.
I didn't need all that.
Yeah.
I know what they're establishing. They're trying to establish how much Rachel means to Batman. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I didn't feel like Rachel meant that much to Bruce Wayne.
Not in this one.
Not in this one. For some reason,
it's the other way. Bruce Wayne seems like Rachel means a lot to him in his mind, but not the other way
but
around.
I mean, I didn't get that. I didn't feel that when they show the scenes, because when Joker pushes her out the window and he throws himself out there, and Joker's like, "I knew that you all love each other."
Yes.
I'm sitting there going, "I can't help because Batman saves everybody."
Well, yeah, but that's you're
yes,
right, because
he does. He always if he would have
anybody.
If he would have thrown even that lady that was cheating with that guy on his bed out the window, I'm sure Batman would have jumped out the window. I mean, I don't know they're cheating, but they were a couple. I doubt it. It's a rich party.
Well, I don't know. I thought they were just having fun. It is a party.
They were having fun. I'm sure they weren't.
It was really funny. Right before that scene, I did like it. That dude called Bruce Wayne. Where you going, pretty boy?
Yeah,
hey, you know what I really like at the end scene though, when the Joker's plan, right, is to put the hostages to look like the bad guys, and then the hostages, right, were the people with the guns. That is such a good twist.
That is such a good twist, and I've seen that in another movie, but I can't remember if it was before that. But anyways, basically, he almost made Gotham City Police Department a bunch of murderers.
Yes. And he avoids that, and like nobody knew until at the end. They're like, the hostages, like the doctors are the terrorists.
They're like, ooh, that we almost made a really big mistake.
Because it was like Batman was fighting so much things at once.
Of course, I gotta put this out too. He doesn't kill the villain.
No. He just hangs him upside down.
But he does. Let's put it. He didn't kill the Joker.
No, he didn't.
Two-Face still ends up getting killed.
So you think Batman killed the Two-Face?
Yeah, he did. Remember they have his funeral.
Okay. That was really good too. Like how Two-Face turned, because Joker.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, that was a deal, because I mean the whole point was to get even now with which is funny because I didn't remember Commissioner Gordon having a son in the books. He probably did.
I mean, like his family, right? That's all I knew.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to point out though, Barbara Gordon, the daughter.
But it's the wife.
No, not the wife.
No,
the
in
daughter.
this movie, Barbara is his wife.
And Barbara's his daughter too.
So they're both
his wife is always named Barbara. Yes, he named his daughter Barbara.
I'm never used to I never come across familiar with that. Like with
the
mom
I'm sorry.
The daughter with the same name.
Yes, the daughter has the same name as the mom.
Whoa.
So yeah, because they even call daughter Barbara.
That's so weird to me. I mean, like for men, I'm used to juniors.
But yeah, well, welcome to America, because we do this in America.
Hey, thank you for welcoming me to America. I've been in this country for like almost 33 years.
I know. It took me a little while to get around to it. I'm sorry. I would probably should give. I know what you people that comes to America, flowers maybe.
Yeah. Like just I just didn't know, but yeah, I didn't know that he had a son.
I didn't know his son either. That's what I was pointing out. I don't remember that, and I mean it probably was in the comics. I just don't remember the character ever.
So you did like the Two-Face thing, right? I like that too. When I like
the Two-Face thing. I mean, I would like to see Face popped up in the third movie though.
Yeah,
and been the main villain. Yeah, he's dead. But basically, the whole movie in the story that ends at this movie, it's about we got to save Harvey Dent, the hero, and turn Batman to the villain. That way, we get a third movie. But the problem is that is the point of the movie. It's about being a villain to save the world, or
it's being seen as a villain, right? To save the hopes of the others.
Well, yeah, we say it's doing right, but they're not doing right because eventually it comes on in the third movie.
So let's just before we ended the third movie, right? So. In your mind, did you think the Batman made the right choice?
No.
So you would rather tell the people the truth, like Harvey Dent was a bad guy, and then it just undoes everything.
Well, he turned to a bad guy. I'm sorry,
but
because we already know that a lie eventually comes to the surface.
Right.
And then
I'm saying at that moment though. Let's just say at that moment they let
because it's too big. Because it's too a conspiracy. Conspiracies are always found out eventually.
Okay. But I'm
And
saying like if
it
he just
does
did that at that
more.
moment, I'm not talking about like the conspiracy is done. Like at that moment, like Commissioner Gordon just tells everybody at that moment.
Tells everybody what?
Like that
Harvey
Harvey
Dent was a
Dent was,
bad guy?
yeah,
He should have, yes.
he should have. But then it would
Yes, he
undo
should have.
everything that they just trying so
But
hard, so
so
hard
what?
though.
So that's fine because it's going to undo it anyways. When the lie gets
Yeah,
in,
I don't want to talk about the future part. Like it's gonna be
okay.
undone,
No,
right?
we're stuck. No, we're talking about right now because that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Should he have done it? Yes, he should have done it because it doesn't matter if there was a third or not. It always comes to light that you make a conspiracy, and it does even more damage. Because it ruins Commissioner Gordon. Now, here's the thing: if Commissioner Gordon would have told the truth right then, they could have eventually back and got all the criminals back again. The problem is, he loses his reputation by lying. Nobody's going to believe a cop that lies.
Okay, so
no matter.
So this is where Commissioner Gordon gets corrupted.
This is where Commissioner Gordon, in order to.
And you also brought up the point that like even if the criminals go, we can get them again. I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe that though.
Well, maybe you can't. Oh well.
No, it's not because of that. Because like the next time you catch them, right? Now the credibility is gone.
If you lied.
But then that's the defense, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's basically at the end of this movie, Commissioner Gordon takes on Harvey Dent's role. Is a lie. He uses a lie to save the people of Gotham. The problem is you can't use a lie to save people.
And it's not
eventually
up to him.
because when the lie comes to truth, then you're nobody. You're just a liar. Yeah. And that's the problem. They even if they want to hold all those criminals. The problem is when the lie comes to life, and it does in the real world all the time, they have to let criminals out in the future, and then they got to pay them for all the crap that they did to them.
So there's no way for people to understand, like, Harvey Dent went through this because whatever.
Yeah, and how do they know that? How do they know that after Harvey Dent turned to a bad guy later on? How do they know that would even affect their prison sentence? Because that would have just went to the courts to decide.
Right.
You know.
Are you saying? Oh, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, he did more damage by lying than he would have if they would have looked at it. Because they would have been. The courts could have gone. Well, Harvey Dent was actually good, and he was sane. And he was sane mind when he arrested those people.
I feel like now we're trying to prove that The Dark Knight is a stupid movie.
No, we're not. We're just proving, because this is the plot. The ending of this movie was to set up third movie.
Oh, you think so?
No, I know so.
No, I'm saying
the third movie. That movie was actually supposed to have Joker again.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because this is the thing they set up. This is like Batman Begins.
So they have to go a whole different direction.
The Joker scene, the Joker on the rooftop scene was set up the second movie.
Yeah.
This scene is to set up the third movie. Because mainly most of the third movie all hinges on what happens at the end of this movie. Because it's the third movie, the Batman's been a villain for a long time.
Then this is the Batman is that. So this is actually a really great cliffhanger.
Yeah, this is just more of the story. Show how they wanted to say Gotham. I mean, the whole point, we're putting more morality on a movie and stuff, because but they don't. This is what movies are. Characters make bad choices. They have to. That's how you get a story.
So Christopher Nolan is probably one of the best directors of any trilogy. Because a lot of trilogies are done by different directors, right? Well, that's Peter Jackson.
I mean, I don't know if we're going to argue that, but because that's arguing preference to me. I mean, some people may not like Christopher Nolan.
Some people might not, and those are stupid.
That's so stupid. Oh, that's stupid to say that.
Like, you might not like all the Christopher Nolan movies.
I know,
right?
Exactly. That's the problem. I hate people up for a director go, oh, he made this movie, he can't do anything wrong.
Well, I don't know about that.
But that's the thing. That's what made me not like this movie at once, because everybody always defends Christopher Nolan. I'm like, he's just a director who made a work of art that you like.
Yeah, like, and also Picasso, like, how many people know about Christopher Nolan before? Yeah, even Picasso painted.
Even Picasso painted some crappy paintings. Okay.
Yeah, that's practice, right? Like, come on.
Yeah. Memento.
So I've been thinking about that word since we said it. Like, is it memo or momo?
Oh, I let it go, dude. Let it go.
I think about little things like that.
I know you
Is it
do.
memory or memory?
I spend most of my days thinking of hundreds of different big things, and you're over there.
Like,
Oh,
I don't even
let's
know
think
how
about
it, like,
Memento.
do I need to go on YouTube? Like, how do you pronounce
No.
memento?
It's just Memento. We're gonna go with Memento.
Yeah, because it's Momo and Momori.
Not
Definitely.
Momo.
Kind of like
moment.
It's kind of like
It's not Memento.
It's kind of like when people misspell the word "whoa." How do you spell the word "whoa"?
W-O-W, right?
No, W-H-O-A or W-O-A-H.
Oh, I get you. What is it? I don't know. Let's get a dictionary. Can I ask you a question? Why would I ever spell the word "whoa"?
Because in you know, when you read it in comic books and things like that, like when people say "whoa," so
Yeah.
people like to spell. The way I spell it is W-H-O-A.
How about we just go the way I spelled it a while ago? W-O-W. Move on.
Is it W what?
W-O-W.
W-O-W?
Yeah.
Isn't that wow?
Yeah.
Wow is not whoa. What does Keanu Reeves say? Wow or whoa?
Whoa,
no, you talk
dude.
about Owen Wilson, wow, and then Keanu Reeves, whoa. Well, the only reason I want to point that out, and I want to get this live right now, is because some people spell whoa with W-O-A-H.
Okay. Well, I mean, people spell tire with a Y in it, and they're called English people.
Is it Noah or no?
They got tire, T-I-R-E or T-Y-R-E.
T-Y-R-E.
Get me? Tire. It's tires, dude, like on your car. I'm like, so what? Who gives a crap how you spell it? If you spell a Y,
if you spell it,
if you put a Y in it, you're British.
No, I'm saying like if you spell W-O-A-H, it's Woa.
Okay.
Because of Noah, the name Noah and Woa. What is Woa?
I mean, we're really off in left field. And
we are. Like, I don't even know how. Oh, because we talk about Memento. That's why.
The grass is purple in this left field.
I'm gonna have to change my title. I was gonna call this episode Rory's First Kiss, but now I'm gonna put, is it Memento or Momento?
All I know is I'm walking off from you in this field. I'm like, I got more important things to talk about. We're talking about how to spell whoa. Okay. Whoa. So he doesn't. What's whoa even said in this Batman movie?
I don't know. It's one of those words that nobody catch. But I guess next week when we come back with
it's like we could do Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean. What do you want to do? Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean?
That's just a different way of saying it. But I'm saying if you spell it differently, right? It's a different word.
Doesn't that cause people to spell it different?
Caribbean and Caribbean. How you say?
But in the comic book, but here we'll go ahead with this. We're stuck. The whoa in the comic books. When you see whoa in the comic books, depending on how the character pronounces it, if it goes whoa or whoa, that's the spell. See, because they do. Because you see Connor Reeves is like whoa, and you ever see movies Sean Penn, whoa.
Yeah, see, Sean Penn does that too. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You would spell it differently to see how you want them to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Are we good on that now?
I guess we are.
I mean,
it's like
that's the best.
Laboratory and laboratory.
Oh God.
Aluminum and aluminium.
Okay, we're not. That's not different spelling, so you already pointed that out too.
Yeah, I know. So I guess we'll be back with next week with Dark Knight Rises, so we can finish out this trilogy, and then I'm going to end this right here.
Yeah, whoa.
Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.